Hello and welcome to the Mum Boss Method podcast. If you are listening to this on your podcasts, I am so pleased to have you listening. If you're watching on YouTube, I've just forgotten to move my microphone closer to me, so I'm hoping that doesn't make too much noise as I do it, and those of you watching me can just see me faffing around my desk. I am recording this the day before it is due to go out, and if you're watching on YouTube, actually if you're listening on a podcast you might want to go and check this out on YouTube, but if you're watching on YouTube, my hair looks a mess because I am going to have it cut in about 2 hours, and so there was absolutely no point me doing anything with it, curling it or anything like that, because it's going to be cut, it's going to be coloured, it's going to be done, and so much easier for me to deal with by the time I get home at about 3 o'clock this afternoon. I just love going to get my hair cut. So let me tell you what this episode is going to be about this week. So I've really talked in January about, fad diets, better ways of doing it, things to focus on, why fad diets aren't great. And I've got my coffee for those of you listening, so sorry about that. Today I'm going to give a bit of a life update and tell you what's been going on for me, because I know that when I talk a bit about what's been going on for me, people that often gets a really good response. So I'm not going to do this every month, but just every couple of months, just update you with what has been going on. So if you follow me on social media, excuse the coughing, if you follow me on social media, you will know that from the 1st of January, I went into a little fat loss phase myself. So for the last 3 months of 2022, I upped my calories, I changed my weight training a bit, and I started purposely trying to gain muscle, and that went really well. The last couple of weeks of the year, not so well, because I injured my neck and then I got that horrible virus that was going around, and it was always with the intention of then losing a little bit of the excess body fat that comes with trying to gain muscle anyway. That's quite natural. There are ways of minimizing how much fat you gain, but it's fairly impossible to not put any body fat on at all. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I'm doing this exactly the same way as I would help my clients to do it. So I'm in a modest calorie deficit, nothing extreme, something that I can stick to. My stomach's rumbling. That's because I've eaten my breakfast and it was delicious, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Modest calorie deficit. I'm keeping my protein high. I am keeping my fruit and veggies high. I'm still including carbs because carbs aren't the devil. I'm drinking plenty of water. I'm getting 4 weight training workouts a week and at least 1 kind of cardio session. I enjoy a spin, and sometimes I'll go on the Peloton in the gym as well. And then every day I tend to get 10,000 steps, and if I don't get 10,000 steps on one day, I normally more than make up for it another day in the week. So I average at least 10,000 steps a day, and try to focus on excellent sleep, which is not always the case with me. That's my Achilles heel, is my sleep. I haven't done dry January. Not really. I've never done dry January apart from when I was pregnant. I don't even know if 12 years ago dry January was a thing, but anyway, I don't believe in cutting things out unless, of course, alcohol is not something you should be drinking. That's very different. So I've never done dry January. And also I have, incidentally, one of my closest friends, her birthday is in January. She now doesn't drink, but I was never able to do dry January because she wouldn't like it if I didn't drink on her birthday, but she doesn't drink now, so it doesn't matter. Have I drunk in January? I think maybe I've had 2 or 3 glasses of wine. Yeah, maybe I wouldn't have had any the first weekend of January, I don't think. Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 glasses of wine across January. That's, there's not been any special... and they've been the odd glass of wine with a roast dinner at home. So I've not been out for drinks. No, that's not saying that my way is the right way to do it. That's just me sharing with you where I am with alcohol. So I've been sharing on my social media, particularly my stories. I share in my stories every day my weigh-ins to show you the ups and downs of the scales and how the scales aren't the only measure you should be looking at. And some commentary against those as well. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram and of course Facebook, because you can look at my Facebook stories, I share to both, then look at the links in the show notes, both on YouTube and the podcast, because you will then be able to follow me and see what I'm posting on there every day. So that's going... oh no, what happened to my voice? That's going well. There have been a few hiccups, which is onto my second life update. So I'm not going to dwell on this, but in the middle of the month, we sadly and suddenly lost my father-in-law. Very unexpectedly. And it's obviously caused a lot of heartache and upset and just grief and shock in the family. So we've been dealing with that. It's still very, very fresh. I'm recording this on the 26th of January. It's actually going out. This episode will go out on the 27th of January. So we're not even at 2 weeks since it happened. So it is very, very, very fresh. So like I said, I'm not going to dwell on it. What I will say is that the impact of that has had on my life and my fat loss and my work and my self-care habits and my routine and my mental health is huge. And where I could, I tried to share that as well in my social media. I didn't post in the days after my father-in-law's passing because it didn't feel like the right thing to do. And I wasn't very consistent that immediate week afterwards, but I have begun posting again every day. And stress is, because that's what this is, that's what grief is. It is a stress. It is an emotional stress on your body. It might not be one where you actually say to yourself, I am stressed, but it is an emotional stressor on your body, and that plays havoc with your central nervous system. It affects everyone differently. For me, sleep, my stomach, I get constipated when I'm stressed. I also get quite bloated. We also seem to have had in the household just this tiny little bug that we're passing back and forth between us all. No one's been sick, but just this horrible bubbling tummy, an upset tummy. It's not been pleasant. I had it yesterday, the day before Tom had it. I had it the day before that, and he's told me today that he's got it again. And again, that's probably connected to the stress and the emotion and things like that. But stress of any kind causes you to retain water within your body. It causes water retention. So on the scales, I have been up and down, and that doesn't surprise me. What it's also led to is me realising, so I went back to the gym 2 days after my father-in-law passed away, and I wrote about this on social media about my guilt for doing that. But I knew mental health wise I needed to do that. So last week that's what I did. I did go Saturday, didn't I? Yeah. So I did my normal 5 sessions. I did go Saturday. Yes. I did my normal 5 sessions, 4 weight training sessions and my cardio session. In fact, I did 2 cardio sessions because I took Charlie for a gym induction. I jumped on the Peloton while he was doing that. And on Saturday in the gym, I felt my neck twinge again, and also I felt my forearm and across my elbow. I'm showing people on YouTube. If you're listening, you obviously can't see what I'm pointing at. In across my elbow, I just felt that get a bit tight and pull and sore. I didn't train Sunday. I went to the gym on Monday, and it was a real struggle to get up Monday, and it was a real struggle to get up Tuesday. And halfway through Tuesday's session, I just decided I needed a few days break. And I needed to not pick up heavy weights, and I needed to try and focus on getting a bit more sleep and getting some restorative movement in. So I took the decision to just take the rest of the week off of weightlifting. I'm still doing my spinning class tomorrow because I enjoy it, and I enjoy the music and the class and the banter, and I think that will do me good. But I'm not lifting weights until Monday, and instead I'm focusing on getting my steps. Let's do a quick step check. So because I haven't been to the gym today, it's nearly 10 o'clock when I'm recording this. I have only done 3.3 thousand steps. Why did I say it like that? 3,300 steps. But I am going to get my hair cut. That will require walking, and I'm going to meet someone for a coffee afterwards. That will require walking, and the dog will need another walk this afternoon. So I will get to my 10,000 steps. And doing yoga every day. So I'm just doing some YouTube yoga. I can definitely feel from that yoga, from just doing that I need to do it. I can feel how tight I am. So I am really listening to what I need. Now, what was I going to say then? This happens sometimes. Now, yes, one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I'm focusing on trying to, get a bit more rest in. I didn't sleep to my alarm today or yesterday. So I set my alarm at 6 and I woke up just after 5 both days, which is normal for me. So, I get up at 5 on normal days. So, I guess my body clock is saying, what are you doing? But just having that focus on rest and relaxation is definitely what I need. And then I can start my new gym program on Monday, which I'm looking forward to. So that's kind of like my life update. What are the key messages I want to give you from this? So I'm not doing anything different to what I would tell any of you to do when it comes to fat loss. I've just moved my glasses and realised how dirty they are. They need a good clean. So modest calorie deficit, protein, water, fruit and veggies. It's still including carbs, walking, training, sleeping. Does that mean the numbers on the scales go down in a linear fashion? Absolutely not. In fact, this morning I weigh more than I did yesterday. Last week I weighed loads more than I did when I started. Go and check out my social media if you want to see that in action. And then the other thing is kind of linked to self-care and stress and making sure you are listening to yourself. At the moment, I am obviously dealing with my own grief, but my husband has just lost his father and my son has just lost his grandpa. And so I'm also making sure I'm supporting them through that as well. And all of the things that entails within our household and our family unit. And so there are things that I need to make sure that I do to look after me and make sure I can be at my best for them. And that is what I'm doing. So the messages for you are: listen to your body. You don't need to go at 100 miles an hour all the time, and you don't need to do anything drastic to get to where you want to be. The other thing I didn't share with you is this week I've been doing a 5-day free taster of my Boost program, and that's been awesome. I've just loved all the interaction from all of the ladies and hearing their stories, and the behaviour changes that they've implemented already are amazing. So yeah, that's been a real positive. So this was only going to be a little short life update. I don't want to drag this on. Come and find me on social media if you don't already follow me. I would love to see you on Instagram or Facebook or on LinkedIn. Don't forget, if you're listening to this, you can watch it on YouTube as well. If you enjoy these episodes, please do share them on your social media. Be kind to yourself, and I will see you next week. In February, I'm going to be talking a lot about body confidence. So that is going to be super exciting. And one last thing that I nearly forgot to mention is my 4-week program, the Mum Boss Boost, opens. The doors open, well, by the time you listen to this they will already be open, because they open at 9 p.m. on Thursday the 26th of January. I have a limited number of spaces to help women, mums, lose up to a dress size in 4 weeks without fads, without gimmicks, without restrictions. And if you want to know more about that, you can check the link in the show notes. I would love to have you join us. Next time you see me, I will have better hair than this, and it will have less grey in it as well. So enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for listening or watching. Mwah. Bye.